One of a kind, exclusive Monopoly Golden Macaw. Buy a Monopoly game. Oh, by the way, it's in the Emporium now for $2.
Welcome to the official, unofficial Sea of Thieves podcast, a podcast dedicated to Sea of Thieves and other rare games, but mainly Sea of Thieves. And we've got a pretty exciting episode for you guys today. We will, of course, talk about our thoughts and opinions about Season 1 so far, and of course the Festival of Fishing, but we will also discuss topics my subscribers wanted us to talk about, and we dive into some mysteries like the building materials on the outposts, and Duke's secret mission, and I think I know what he's looking for. Also, I've gotten a lot of input from my subscribers, so that's what I already said. So I'm going to skip this. So yeah, lots of interesting stuff in this podcast, and one of my favorite guests is back to help me discuss all this.
Hello.
It's Absolute Pixel.
I tried to sound like Pixel.
Sadly, we get a cheaper knockoff.
No, you get, yeah.
But he's still cool. Who I'm talking to? Who is this?
This is UNIBALL. Hello.
All right, welcome. Last time you were on was about 4 or 5 months ago. That's been a while, hasn't it?
Feels like yesterday.
All right, I'm happy too. Since then, a lot of things changed. I believe you released your magnum opus finally.
Yes, I did.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Go watch it. I just released my latest video. That took a long time to make. I had a lot of help, including yourself. So thank you for that. That was awesome.
Welcome. Glad to be part of it. It turned out really amazing. Quick summary, what it's about. What can people expect when they watch your 25 minutes of awesomeness?
Well, I cut it down to 22, so they can expect a very highly cinematic story. It's called The Greatest Tall Tale, and basically I think it's a one-of-a-kind Sea of Thieves video. Most of the shots were all cinematic shots, and I think it's just a cool story, and just you have to watch it to the very end.
Yep.
And I hope to do more like that in the future. The problem is we don't really have the tools to do that kind of stuff in Sea of Thieves, so they're very difficult to make. So it takes a lot of time to make these.
Yeah, especially without private servers, I can attest to that.
Correct. And without free cameras. I've had a lot of people asking me how I did some of the shots. Like, how'd you get that drone shot in there? I'm like, well, that's not a drone. You just got to get creative.
Yeah, indeed. And it definitely oozes creativity. So like I said before, it's in the description. Go check it out. But listen to this podcast first. Also, real quick, since we are promoting stuff, I want to promote my fishing guide. It's an advanced fishing guide. Check it out if you want to catch more fish. All right. That's my promotion talk. And the final thing I want to promote, since it is my podcast, real quick, I want to promote my Discord. It's still very new, but you can ask me questions and send me clips for the YouTube channel, and even chat with me and the rest of the crew. Like some of my subscribers did for this podcast episode. They gave me some input, so we'll be discussing that. So if you're interested in that, link will also be down below. So let's quit promoting our stuff and focus on the topic at hand. And that's Season 1 so far. And I'm sure my subscribers know my stance on the renown system. But I do have to say I did mellow out a bit. Originally, I was of the opinion that this system is more enjoyable for newer players. But after playing it more and more, I don't agree with that anymore. I think as long as the final reward is good, which is the legendary curse this time, I think this system is absolutely great for everyone. Obviously, I'm still bummed out by the recent drought of, really meaty content. But yeah, I actually really like the Renown system. I think it's a great addition. So, what's your opinion on this? Just so we have some context.
I like it. I mean, my playtime has been significantly reduced in the past half year. So for me, I'm slipping down into a more casual player. I think maybe it's just a tad bit fast, but I'm level, what am I, 70 something now? And every play session I get in between 5 to 10 levels, and it feels good. I mean, it feels, it doesn't feel like I will not achieve the end goal, so I don't have to like really push and grind like other things we've done in the past. So I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, I do share that, especially since I've become a more casual player myself too. And with casually, I just mean I have other games that I play too. And I have so many hobbies, too much. But it's a fun world. It's a fun life. But I'm sure we'll be discussing these topics more in detail. So let's go to a reaction from Miyagi. He's one of my subscribers. And he's worried about the amount of content and says this about season one. He says, "Is this enough content? I can't help but feel like this strategy is just a treadmill content that is definitely lacking. Don't get me wrong, I love the core gameplay of Sea of Thieves. I had no issues with the game even at launch when it was just 3 companies. But I'm seeing more and more people start to get frustrated with the lack of new content, and I'm finding it harder and harder to want to open up the game. Obviously, we will see where season 2 goes, but if this is the formula going forward, do you think it will keep the game healthy? I'm starting to have doubts." And Ultimate Ragnarok, also a subscriber of mine, had similar thoughts. He said, "A lot of people have said that this first season will be the biggest update yet, but it seems so far to be the season system itself as the main update, and that the smaller quality of life patches are what we're getting throughout season 1. So, what's your opinion about the amount of content we get throughout this season?"
I think we need to wait till season 2 to judge. Right now, it feels. I mean, I kind of like. I know where they're coming from. To me, it just feels like the monthly updates repackaged in like saying, "Oh no, these aren't monthly updates. It's a 3. It's a season." Um, as far as content, comes, but that's why I think we need to wait till season 2 comes out. I think season 1 was more like a stepping stone into seasons, and just to see how it goes, just to see the flow of everything and how the renown system works and all that kind of stuff. Um, I'm hoping that the meteor stuff will come in the later seasons. Like when it comes to content, when it comes to like the storyline in Sea of Thieves, I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Not maybe storyline per se, but definitely meteor content. It's nice, foundation, the season system. And in the past, it was always, we have big updates and we have smaller updates. Like, what are the good ones? Yeah, the big ones, obviously. And what are the lesser ones, the small ones? But now it's like, no, it's a season. And with the start of each season, we get, the big thing. And then we get the smaller things throughout. So normally, like a lot of people, like the we'll get into this into more detail and we'll discuss the events, but a lot of people were really negative about the Festival of Fishing trailer that Rare released. They said, "What is this? This is not content. See, fishing has been there since the anniversary update. Now, why are you guys promoting it as if it's something new?" And I'm like, yeah, but that's part of the seasons. Like, I do not expect big contents right now. I expect it when season 2 releases. So it kind of tempers my expectations, the season system, and I think that's a really, really good thing. I do get the point that Miyagi is saying, like, where's all the content? Because even before season 1, the previous 2 updates were not meaty at all. So I definitely understand the draft, but they also said that they've hired a lot of new people and new teams, and each team has a separate season to work on. So yeah, I think they might deliver with that at the start of season 2. If that's not the case, I'm gonna be pissed and disappointed again. So let's hope this season system works out for that. And to comment on Ragnarok's comment, he said a lot of people have said the first season will be the biggest update yet. I don't know what his source is, but I do know Joe Neat said that this year, the year of the seasons, is going to be the biggest year yet. And I don't think, well, he said that every year, but I don't think he's meaning season 1. I think he's meaning season 2 and onwards. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, he's always said year 3, and I know we had one of our podcasts in the past. We discussed what exactly the definition of season or year 3 was, but
Yeah.
I think he means just throughout this entire year. I don't know if he actually said. I don't know if anybody actually said season 1. I mean, they may have. I just haven't seen that.
Oh, that's what I feel, because what did season 1 introduce? The Immersion Voyages. Well, I like them, don't get me wrong, and I think it's a great addition. But the biggest addition we're gonna get in 3 months, well, that's still a little bit underwhelming.
Mm-hmm. I also think there's a lot of foreshadowing in this season. Just heads up.
Oh yes, and I will be doing lots of videos about that. So yeah, so I actually really like the structures of seasons, to be honest. But like I said before, season 2 needs to deliver in order for seasons to work and have it needs to work. So let's go to the renown system a little bit. Charcoal has this to say about gaining renown. He says, "Do you think leveling up in the seasons should be harder? I know myself and many others have already finished or extremely close, and we still have 2 months to season 2. So, do you think leveling up should be harder?"
No, I mean maybe just like a tad. Like, but when I say a tad, let's just say any like in a one play session, I get 10 levels. Well, maybe let's get like 7 to 8 instead of 10. That's what I mean by a tad. I think they're in a good. Like I said, if you're a hardcore player, you're gonna run through this stuff anyway. You know what I mean? So like this way, it gives everybody a chance to finish by the end of the season.
Yeah, that's true. Even with the other updates, like people like me, like the more experienced player, we're done in a couple of days and have experienced everything again. So yeah, if it's the same for seasons and the renown system, I was like, yeah, that's to be expected. Pirate Crop adds to that, adding to Sharkle. He says, I know the Sea of Thieves forums are full of discussion on whether or not the season is too easy. One side argues it is perfect because it allows casual players the opportunity to get all rewards. The other side argues they would rather have it more difficult to progress because they were able to get all the season rewards in a matter of days. And my answer to that is good. It should be easy for one side and it should be hard for the other. Keep in mind that for some people out there, I think the majority actually, like clearing a world event is a very big deal. And even though I do think Rare does cater a bit too much to to them casuals, I totally stand behind them regarding this. Also, there will come a time, and I'm experiencing it right now, when you won't be playing Sea of Thieves as much. You have other games. You're away on holiday for a long time, or you have different hobbies, or you're busy editing Sea of Thieves videos instead of playing the actual game.
Yeah.
Totally not us. So then you will be happy that it's actually quite easy to progress through it, and you don't need to play each day. No, you just need to play enough to get to level 100 throughout this period of 3 months, and that leaves a lot of breathing space. And when you do return to Sea of Thieves, it's a great experience. And that's what the game is turning into, like this kind of base game that you can always return to and always have a good time. But eventually, yeah, it's okay if you're gonna play other games as well. It doesn't need to be Sea of Thieves all the time. So making this renown system not all that hard, I think is perfect. Also, I think most players will not even get to level 100. I don't know how you feel about that.
I mean, probably. I mean, okay. So they said you need what, like 30 to 40 hours to complete it, and so they're giving people a couple hours a week to play. And yeah, I mean, not everybody's going to play the game like how we played. There's a lot of other games that people are going to play, and so in order to finish it, they need to dedicate at least probably 3 to 4 hours a week, towards it. And probably not all people are going to do that, to be honest.
Indeed, and that's if you play efficiently too. I have to admit, the same as you. I'm somewhere in the 90s now with my levels. I've not been focusing on doing the trials at all. I'm just focusing on commendations, and if I gain renown by doing something, hey, then I gain renown. So it's a really, relaxed way of playing while I'm still, gaining progression each time. So I do really like that. Maybe it should be a little bit harder, like what you said. Like maybe it's a little bit too easy. It still should feel like some sort of reward, but I'm sure Rare is looking at the data. I'm sure it's gonna get tweaked. I don't know if you think the same.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah. So if we're up to me, and I'm guessing you too, maybe a little bit harder, but we're happy. We're happy with them rewards not being all that hard. Also, check out Pyrocrop. He does glitch explanation videos. He's just starting out, but give him a watch if you like glitches. Pyrocrop also has this to say about Pirate Legend rewards. He said, "I was more or less wondering what your thoughts are on there being Pirate Legend exclusive rewards in the Renown rewards. Pirates who are not legends can't hit level 100 in Renown and not receive the rewards." So, obviously what he's talking about is the legendary curse and the legendary beard, I believe, and there's some hair as well. If you're not a Pirate Legends, hey, those rewards are gone and you can't obtain them anymore. And my opinion on that is also good. Like, yes, that's exactly the point. I really hope Rare doesn't release it like that, especially the legendary curse. Like, you had to be there with season 1. If you're not Pirate Legends season 1, you cannot obtain the curse anymore. I think that's a really good system. Maybe I'm a bit too harsh on that, but the rewards are cosmetics in Sea of Thieves. If you missed the chance, if you weren't there, you missed it. It's clear as that. And you can go season 2, and maybe that has a new exclusive reward that only you can get by that time. Do you share my sentiment on that?
Yeah, I would. It's if somebody wants to become Pirate Legend in Sea of Thieves, it's not difficult anymore. You have all these people that are doing it in one day. People are doing challenges like a Lagdar or a Long Dong Silver. They're trying to do get Pirate Legend in a rowboat, get Pirate Legend without dying. Or do it in a day. Like the world record is what, like, I don't know, between 12 and 15 hours now.
Really? Sounds ridiculous. Do you think the normal player can, somebody who's starting out, like maybe not that experienced, but just the normal casual player, do you think he can hit PL in 3 months?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. I mean, what? When? How long did it take you?
Well, way longer because
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
Well, I mean, way longer than it would now. But like, you got Pirate Legend in the first 3 months of the game, right?
I got it just before the Devil's Roar was introduced. Oh no, that's not true. No, that's when No, that's not true. That's when I got Athena 10. I'm a bit confused with these two. Like, for me, getting Athena 10 is the real end game.
That was the real end game. That was a grind.
Hard. It was really hard.
Was a grind.
You could only get it by Athena chess for the people who are listening. Maybe you have some older Sea Dogs who still remember that. The only way was Athena chess, and there was no Fort of the Damned you could do. Nope, you had to do.
And there was no Ashen Athenas. Like, I got the majority of my later levels with soloing Devil's Roar. But like the people that did it before with no Ashen Athenas, they had to get like 92 or 93 Athenas from Voyages that took you all over the map.
Oh yeah, and you had to do them all too. There was no cargo. Like, you couldn't pick up cargo and just leave it there. No, cargo voyages weren't there. You need to catch, chickens and pigs. And if you sunk and you lost your crate, well, tough luck, buddy. You can't finish it anymore. It was harsh. It was really harsh.
Yeah, that was a grind.
But it's still fun to think back. It's definitely better now, or don't get me wrong. But major respect for those people that got it the original way.
I think if a player set their mind to getting Pirate Legend in those first 3 months, I think they can easily do it. A new player. I mean, I've seen kids come in, they're like 2 weeks in and they're like already in their 40s.
All right, well, that's good to know. I wouldn't know. I have no idea how easy it is right now. It's really hard for me to imagine. So I just trust your answer on this.
You should.
All right. All right, so let's go to the Plunder Pass and let's hear some opinions about it. Another subscriber of mine, Matthew Thomas, he has this to say: do you think there should be better rewards for the pass? For example, like higher doubloon rewards or higher ancient coin rewards. Also, maybe more ship and weapon related rewards that are only available for that season and not the pirate emporium afterwards. An extension, we also hear something similar from Zwageberg Productions, and you need to be Dutch to pronounce that. He says, I am mainly peeved about adding old Emporium items in the season pass. A weapon set and a sail is literally the only new thing in this pass. So, are you happy with the rewards in the season pass, the plunder pass?
No. The paid rewards, no. Everything else I think is fine. I think everything else is fine. It kind of feels like you're always getting like money and little doubloons, little ancient coins instead of an actual like cosmetic. But I guess creating cosmetics probably takes, I don't know, there's like 100 that they have to do. But as far as stuff that I've already paid for that are in the Plunder Pass, yeah, I have an issue with that.
Yeah, me too. It's like a slap to the face. Oh, you support your game by buying the first ever costume, the Ruby Special costume. No, it was the first one in the Pirate Emporium, but oh, you spent 1,000 ancient ones on that. Oh, you bought the Banjo-Kazooie set because you're an old-time fan. That's great. You know what? You were gonna put it in the Plunder Pass now, and no refund. So dumb. It's like, and I don't like them reskinning stuff, especially not if you're gonna put a paywall behind it. I think from the mind of the developers, it looked like something like this. I think we're gonna give them exclusive rewards like the weapon set. You know, a new weapon set is about 1,000 Asian coins. So we'll do it exclusive for that. And as addition to that, you get stuff from the Pirate Emporium that you don't have to pay for. So that's the extra value you get. They probably thought that was a good deal, but in experience, when people actually gonna buy it, they feel like I said, slap in the face, like haha, you paid for it and now it's in the past.
You know what that could be is that maybe the people that have played in the past aren't playing anymore. So it's more geared towards bringing new people into the game.
Yeah, which makes it still dumb.
Well, but they're looking at the numbers, right? I mean, they could look at, they could see, everybody that's played in the first year of Sea of Thieves, how many of them are actually still playing? Or everybody that's played and paid for certain things, like how many of these people are still playing? Oh, it's like a small percentage of all the now current active players in Sea of Thieves. Well, we're going to piss off that small percentage. Oh, well, the cost benefit for us is, maybe that.
Isn't that like really, really dumb? Because the all-time players, like the day one players, are people like us, like people with YouTube channels and streamers. Like those are.
You think they care about our YouTube channels?
Well, we do influence people. Like
they only
sure
care about streamers.
I don't know, but I'm sure you've also gotten comments. Like I've gotten comments from people that say, "Oh, I don't play the game, but I watch your channel, and I'm actually planning to buy the game right now." And if they keep neglecting the day one players, I'm going to be negative about it, and then people will maybe have to feel like, maybe this isn't that great game after all.
Then just watch my videos.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're
like people Blade came in and he's like, man, you made the game look so much better than how I feel it is, and then
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. But on the other hand, people, they also like the YouTubers that are a little bit more critical, which I like to think I am. All right, so yeah, I do agree with Matthew Thomas and Zwageberg. Yeah, they should not do these Pirate Emporium items in the season pass. Just make something new, something original. But on the other hand, I do know a lot of people that are actually really happy with the pass and the rewards. Again, I've gotten comments of subscribers that say this is great value.
It is good value.
Yeah, but because something has good value doesn't mean it's it's a good practice. If that makes sense. Yeah, you get your money's worth. But
Mhm.
do you really want that wheel? Were you planning to buy it? All right. If so, then all right. Now you can buy the rest of the ship too. Like, wouldn't it be cooler to have something that's truly exclusive that only season pass holders have? Oh well.
Yeah, I mean it's the sales, but the sales were just reskin.
Yeah, the sales are reskin too. So that's so dumb. Like, just don't do reskins. And an extension, don't do reskins in the renown system. Like, I showed it in my review. Like, I highlighted a couple rewards that are reskins, like the wheel, and I believe there was a weapon. And I've got again a subscriber that said, "Yeah, you're too harsh because you just cherry picked those two that were reskins." But no, there there's way more reskins. There's several weapons actually that are reskins in the renowned system. So please don't do that, Rare. Just give us some original stuff. Do you think the season pass holders should get more ancient coins or more doubloons?
No. Well, here's the first thing.
Yeah.
No, the answer is no. I don't. I think people just game the system if they gave a full refund. Like Fortnite and all these other battle pass games. They just don't have the player base and the what to support that kind of stuff, and they don't. You know what I mean? So no, I think if it's still at 250 for ancient coins, I think that's fine. And then it gives people, they could, there's a lot of little kids out that play this game too that are, super excited to get ancient coins, super excited just to get a few extra ancient coins so they could buy that pet that they always wanted, But I think if they made it like a full 1,000, I think you'd have too many. I think they're going to lose money on it.
Do you really think that? Because if it's a full 1,000, you can earn back. Then more people will buy the plunder pass, and it's just digital stuff. And they pay real money for it. So,
but it would be a one-time pass.
What do you mean?
No, I mean if they gave 1,000 coins, then they would just have to buy it once, and then they would just have to play each season and then get free shit the whole time.
Yeah, that's stuff. That's still more than they're getting from me now. So I don't know. Well, and there's going to be new players next season too, and for them it will be the first time again they're going to buy the pass. So I don't know. I think it's a good system. Make it 750 coins instead of 1,000, so you always get that 250 profit.
I don't know.
I mean, if they would have done it that way, I would have bought the season pass, and I'm really honest with that. And they didn't, so I didn't buy it. But well, maybe they're still trying to figure stuff out, and we'll see some really cool rewards for season 2.
Oh, how many doubloons do you get?
250 in total.
Oh, well, I mean, doubloons are so easy to come anyway, so that's why.
Sorry. Doubloons, I don't know. Sorry, I thought we were talking about ancient coins. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Doubloons. No, doubloons.
Yeah, we have so many doubloons. I'm just buying gold with it now.
Are you? Oh my god.
Well, yeah, I want that Dark Adventure set, so I need some gold.
Wait, what happens if you buy gold during one of the gold rush stuff?
It doesn't work. It's only gold earned.
You sure?
I'm not 100% sure. I didn't test it.
Yeah, you need to test it because I think that's a test it.
All right. You do get a multiplier if you lower your flag during the gold hour. So, all right. So let's not go on tangent. We have lots of more topics to discuss. So like the Festival of Fishing. So let's discuss it and the events in general. Every month or so, there is a new event where you basically have simple tasks that you can complete for some additional exclusive rewards. Last month, we had the Champions of Souls, and now we have the Festival of Fishing. To complete the Festival of Fishing voyage, you buy from Marina, you vote for it, you collect a map at a seed post, and go to 3 different islands. Apart from completing the voyage, you also need to turn in an X amounts of certain fish types. Excuse me. So how do you feel about these new voyages?
I mean, they're cool. It's something different. So, I mean, they're not difficult, but I think it's foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing for what?
Well, we could talk about, I don't know, what do you have in here? The stuff at the outpost.
Do you think it's connected to Hunter's Call?
Well, yeah.
All right. And care to enlighten me?
Yeah, my theory is that the new structures at the outpost will be a hunter's call shot, like a
All right.
thing.
I've heard more people about this, including one of my subscribers, Epic Waluigi. If you're listening, he also wants that to turn into the Hunter's Call's outpost, and I'm like, really? But there's already a Hunter's Call faction, and they also already have a location. It seems to me like a dumb idea to get them to the outposts.
No,
What
but they
would-
only
what would
have
be the
what, like
benefit?
4 locations or 5 locations? Well, 7. Starting to-
8. They have 8 locations.
8 where? No. 1,
Like 2
2,
in each region.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
So it goes to show that I'm the better YouTuber out of us two. Again.
Well, you probably did research, and I counted in my brain just now. But anyways,
what would
okay.
be the point of moving them then?
There's just easier access. Like, newer players, they have to go to C post. What if they do? I mean, I hope they don't. What if they do an emissary for Hunter's Call? You got to throw up your flag. It would just make it easier for people if the Hunter's Call was at an outpost.
Maybe
For Voyages.
Yeah.
Because right now it's for fishing. So you just go and turn in stuff to them, right? So if they're actually offering Voyages and you're a new player come in the game, like, well, I want to do a fishing voyage. And then, oh, here's one. Pick it up. Go do your fishing voyage.
Maybe, but it does seem so anticlimactic. Like,
not maybe. Everything I say comes true.
People have wild speculations about what's being built, and if it's Hunter's Call relocation, that's people won't be happy with it.
The grind to level 50 in Hunter's Call is so miserable. They're gonna add Voyages so people can get extra rep.
Maybe, and increase it to 75. That's all new 7.
They can't, man.
I don't. I don't agree, but we'll see what the future will
Trust
hold.
me.
It's funny because like I mentioned before, Epic Luigi has this idea about these voyages. His idea is to rework the Festival of Fishing Voyages to be permanent Hunter's Call voyages.
That's exactly what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen.
All right.
100%.
Before, do you really believe that?
Yes. 187%.
All right. That's not going to happen. I'm going to tell you this. These voyages, I think they're really dumb. I really think they're really dumb. Like, it's fine to have this easy special voyage that you can do during an event for a couple of weeks. I'm totally fine with that. However, what they were trying to do with these voyages is explain to the newer players how they need to fish. Like the NPCs have new dialogue. Oh, you get earthworms by digging in grass, and you equip it by dip, blah, blah, blah. So all these, so that's fine. Like, I feel like a child when you get those explanations, but that's fine. However, like the voyages themselves, it's like 3 islands, 1 fish each. But it's weird because you're telling the new players you can only catch plenty fin at these 3 islands in the shores of Plenty, but that's not the case. You can find plenty fin everywhere. So I don't understand the point of these voyages.
Well, do the islands change?
I don't know. I don't know that.
How many times have you done the voyage?
Once, and you only need to do it.
And what islands did you get?
Well, I did the Plenty. Yeah, that's only the Plenty one for now. I did the Cannon Cove, Lonely Isle, and Wondrous Refuge.
Okay, it's the same 3 islands.
So it's a bit confusing if you want to teach the newer players fishing. I don't really think these voyages are helping with that. What is helping with that is my advanced fishing guide. It's in the description. Go check it out. So that's my opinion about these voyages. I do think they're really easy to complete. Like, I think we've done it in 2 hours. Like, even all the other accommodations, like, you need to catch 3 trophy fish and stuff like that. I'm totally fine with that. Throughout the season, if we have events that highlight a certain element of the game, with the Champions of Souls, the same. As long as it's easy and you don't need to go, too much out of your way to complete it, I'm totally fine with these events. Especially, you get some exclusive rewards too.
Yeah, I like how they did the Champions of Soul event. I think it was good. Where every few days they switched up what rewarded what amount of souls.
Yeah,
because it gave you because like there's some events that you just don't want to do. Like I don't want to have to do Flameheart's head and get 100 souls, and you know what I mean, and then have to grind. Like I don't want to do that and then have to grind everything else. Oh, but in a couple days it's going to switch to the Ashen Winds event. Oh, I like doing that. Then I could do that for the 100 souls. You know what I mean?
yeah, totally agree. And I hated the events when they were first introduced I think in December or maybe November. I can't remember exactly. I really didn't like it because it kind of felt like it's short. But it's I think the way they're handling it now, I do really like them. Again, also my opinion is still heavily dependent on Rare releasing a major edition at the beginning of season 2. Like if the seasons is just going to be glorification to release these events, then I'm like, yeah, no, I won't like that.
I think they will. I think something big is happening.
Yeah, I think so too. But we'll discuss that a little bit later in this podcast. So to quickly review the immersion missions, the new immersion missions, let's quickly go over it. Those were introduced at the beginning of this season, and I really like them. They're so easy, and you can get a lot of loot really quickly because you basically get a map, and it says go from A to B. And by the point you're at B, you're already grade 5 immersions, and you have some booty on your ship. And then you can go to an outpost straight away and turn in. And I just feels good. It just feels good. How do you feel about this?
Hate them.
Do you really?
Well, no. I mean, I did. It was like the first or second night they came out. I did one. I'm like, it's not too bad. And then I did the second one, and I spent 2 hours trying to find the stupid final ship that just never spawned, or it spawned in an island or something. Who knows? And from then on, I've hated them.
Nice, like an early grudge. Since then they have fixed that. They are working.
Yeah, I've heard.
I have no problems with them whatsoever. The only thing I do find troublesome is spotting birds can be sometimes difficult, especially for someone who's half blind like me, or drunk all the time. Like pick, choose your pick. But during nighttime it can be difficult. Sometimes you're in a storm, or even worse, the fog rolls up. And then it basically puts a halt to that voyage at that time. You can do something else. You can fish or whatever. But it hinders the voyage a little bit. So I don't know, that doesn't really work. However, what I really like, one of the shipwrecks you can find is actually named after Captain Blubber. It's called Blubber's Bane. So Jonique called me up and he said, "Do you want your name?" I said, "Yes, please." So he did it. He was like, "You're the best YouTuber ever, so we're gonna put your name in the game," and they did.
That's an amazing story.
It is, and it's true. Obviously, I'm joking. The ship is in the game. There's actually a ship called Blubber's Bane in the game, and I really like that, but it's named after the real Captain Blubber and not my channel, obviously.
If I wasn't Pirate Legend and all this kind of crap, I probably like all from the get-go, from the Flameheart head, the vaults, and these, I haven't really been doing them. Maybe because I don't need to do them. So I don't know. Maybe I don't have the best opinions on that.
You don't need to do them? You mean you don't need to get your grade up or what?
Yeah. So I don't need to do them. So that's why I don't know. Like, I don't think I'll ever do the merchant missions. I will eventually finish like turning in those Captain Skull heads and maybe the vault stuff, but probably not. So I don't know. I guess it is a good addition for people to give them more variety. Because obviously, when I got to Pirate Legend, all we had, I got to Pirate Legend right after Forsaken Shores came out. So we just got merchant mission or cargo missions, but I wasn't going to do those.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really like that. I finished them, but I really enjoy it. I know. I do enjoy these missions. So
yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, I'm a completion hunter. I want to complete everything. So
yeah,
and I do like these voyages.
I used to be like that until these new Voyages came out. And I was like, nope, too much of a grind. I'm done.
All right, well, that's fair enough. And I think actually Rare's gonna keep pushing this game for many years to come. So hey, who knows? Maybe after 5 years, you might think differently.
Maybe.
One other thing I want to talk about is this merchant mission. Little Reaper trick we've been doing lately. We get a grade up to level 5 and sell our merchant stuff at the merchants. And then we go to change the flag to Reapers, and we also have gotten our emissary quest from the merchants, which is a lot of cargo. So we collect all the cargo, collect some additional cargo as we're being Reapers, and then you can go to Reapers and turn all that cargo in, and you will get a lot of rep. Usually we get to level 3 or 4 just by turning in cargo at the Reapers. Really neat trick, and then you can sell all the additional loot you found on that voyage to the Reapers with a nice multiplier without that much effort. So if you like money, you should do that.
Cheating.
No, it's being a smart pirate. That's
yeah, it's being sneaky. Yeah.
Please don't fix it. All right. So let's go to Duke. When the Emporium update came along, Duke moved spot. I did a video about it. Been doing really well. It's got promoted by Beta Gaddon, so I was really happy with that. But Duke is searching for some long lost treasure at Mermaid's Hideaway. So, what do you think he's searching for?
Mermaids.
All right, I'm thinking a bit more specific. I think he's searching for mermaid jewelry to communicate with the mermaids. We both read the novel. I think there were earrings that Mercy, that she did in, and then she could understand the mermaids. I think Duke is looking for something similar.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I believe that.
All right, so that's that mystery solved. I also think, and this might be a stretch. I think, and I've told this before, that the changes on the outpost are making a new faction, and that's going to be a mermaid faction. That's the reason why they're building the shores. The quest giver will be either a mermaid or a cursed pirate who is half cursed, half mermaid, but still needs salty water to survive. And then you use, the earrings or whatever it is to communicate with that quest giver, and you can do like mermaid faction quests. So that's how I see it all fitting together.
Mm-hmm. I'm hoping that, because they've been hinting at it for a long time. We've been talking about it for a long time. Is going towards a mermaid thing. I'm hoping they open up some new areas, like below, underneath the world that we have now, and it has something to do with mermaids. So I'm hoping Duke's whatever he's doing leads us to a new area. I don't know about the stall. I think it's gonna be a Hunter's Call, but
all right. You don't think those two are connected?
No.
All right. Well, fair enough.
We'll see hopefully we'll see in the future.
Yeah, lots of speculations, and that's what I like about Rare 2, because they built these structures that after a couple of months they're never in the game anymore. So you can only experience them when you're there.
Yeah.
Same with the Reapers when they were building that island. That was just a fun experience seeing that build up. They're really good at this. So yeah, exciting stuff. Please let me know in the comments what you think is going on. I'm always curious. All right, so let's go to the Dark Adventure equipment and ship set. I did a video on the ship set. I didn't do it on the equipment. I won't. Just my quick opinion on this. I really like the weapon set, and I do like the ship set, especially the sails. They are a bit OP. And if you want to know why, you can check my video. Link will be in the description. I won't do that joke again. The sails have a cutout V at the bottom, so you can have some more view of your horizon, which is a slight advantage, but it is really nice. Both of these, the equipment and the ship set are a great money sink. Like a lot of, all the Sea Dogs have been complaining, like, we have millions in our bank account. Well, you don't anymore. So Rare solved that problem. I think they went a little bit too overboard with it. Like, each piece is like millions. That's a little bit too much. I'd rather have it to be a bit lower of price, but have an additional ship set, like we have a dark set. Let's bring a light set. That would be really cool as well. And then you can kind of choose, both expensive but not that expensive, and it's still a money sink. So yeah, what's your opinion about this Dark Adventurers set?
I think it's cool, and I think it's in a good place as far as price wise and looks and that. I think these things should be exclusive to the most hardcore players. I mean, there's probably only a very handful of people that can afford all of it. So
yeah, I had to choose.
You had to choose.
Yeah, I didn't buy the equipment. I bought the weapons, and I still haven't bought the sails. I'm guessing they're going to release clothing eventually, and that's going to be a lot too. I'm expecting, so I'm saving for that.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it should cost people like a bazillion dollars. And I think and as far as the advantage of the sales, give it to them. I mean, these people sunk thousands of hours in this game.
Yep, that's my opinion.
And then here's my other thing is, if you're gonna if somebody has those sales, they have enough hours in this game to where the sales could be blocking the entire front view of their ship and they'll still sink you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
It's like they don't need the sales for an advantage. It's just like it's a nicety. So there's people with thousands of hours.
Yep, I totally agree. Unless you're a PvE lord doing alliance servers, but oh well.
But even then, those people, they still have hours in the game where they're still experienced, pirates, and they still know how to, fight. They may not be the best PvPers, but a coordinated team is still better than an uncoordinated team. Even if
I do what you're saying. Yeah, they still experience because they still have to put a lot of hours in it, and I do get that.
Yeah.
One of my crewmates, actually the one that designed your thumbnail, your beautiful thumbnail.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah, he bought everything, and he has still more money than I have. Like he bought the entire set and all the equipment, and he still has more than me. Like he was well over 50 million when he first started. So
were those the in your latest video? Were those his?
Yes, he bought the entire ship set. I didn't even buy the sails. I will eventually. I will buy the sails. That's the first thing I'm gonna buy when I feel comfortable spending money again. I'll buy the sails.
Yeah, the only thing I bought was a cutlass.
Oh yeah, I've bought all the weapons too. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have bought the Eye of Reach and the Brilliant Bow since I'm not using them. But the cutlass and the flintlock are really nice. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
All right, so let's go to the Emporium. Real quick, just two things that I want to talk about. First thing is the Tinkerer ship. Do you think the Tinkerer ship is made by the Tinkerer from the novel?
Remind me who the Tinkerer.
One of Ramsey's crewmates. He also made the locks and the keys and the special cannons in the Sea of Thieves. No, special cannons, I mean just every cannon, since you can.
Shay or Shy or what was his name?
Yeah, Sean. Yeah.
Oh, was he considered the Tinkerer? Was that name given to them?
No, I don't think he was named a Tinkerer, but he had.
But yeah, I mean, he's the one that made like the cursed, like the chains and the chests and the can.
He made the chest and keys from the chains. Yes.
Yeah, he made all the cannons so pirates could fit in them and shoot themselves out.
Indeed. So do you think he made this ship? He designed this ship since it's called the Tinkerer ship. Okay. Do you think it's the Tinker from the Tall Tale then?
I don't know. The Tinker, like from Art of the Trickster.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think so. It has like a steampunk feel to it.
It does. Yeah.
So
it does. But
I can't relate it to Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. But that steampunk, I don't like it, by the way. I think it's a bit too unlike a pirate. It's a bit too much for me. But if you like it, hey, that's fine. Just go and buy it. So we don't know. Maybe it's a hint of future content. We'll see. Probably not.
So there's no relation to any past Rare stuff?
Oh, no, it's not. No, otherwise I would have made a video about it.
Gotcha.
Maybe it's a hint, maybe not. We'll just have to wait and see. I do hope they will start, releasing, heritage ships again, because they stopped with that. They have so many more IPs they can do, so let's hope. The other thing that's Emporium related I want to talk about is the Golden Macaw, which is an exclusive reward if you buy the Monopoly set. However, it's not exclusive because Jonit said it's going to go to the Emporium later. So what's the point of including a Golden Macaw with the Monopoly set? I think it's really dumb. To be fair, I had people saying, well, no, they were really upfront about it being not exclusive to the Monopoly, because even in the Monopoly set, I've only heard this, I'm not knowing this for sure. It says on the box or in the instructions that the Golden Macaw will go to the Emporium later. So it's just a free macaw if you buy the Monopoly set. So if that's the case, why call it exclusive in the first place? So I think it's really dumb. Like, you should give people exclusive rewards and not put them in Emporium later. I mean, what's your opinion about that?
If they were upfront about it, I mean, if they said on there that it's going in the Emporium, then I don't see any issue with it. But if they said one of a kind, exclusive Monopoly Golden Macaw, buy a Monopoly game.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, it's in the Emporium now for $2.
Yeah, so but they've done it before with that other game too, like the role playing game where you can get exclusive sales. Like, that's beautiful. Like, if I see that ship now, or one of my crewmates put it up, I know, hey, they have that game, and it's really cool, it's really fun. I'm happy for them that they have something exclusive as well that they can show off. And with the Golden Macaw, if you see it now or later, I should say, you have no idea if he got the Monopoly set or if he just bought it in the Emporium. So I think it's pretty dumb. It's okay to have exclusive rewards. If your rewards in your game are just cosmetics, yeah, why not? Like, that's the entire point, right?
Yeah.
So from bitching about exclusive rewards, let's bitch about glitches now. Normally I'm pretty fine, like with the glitches in the game. I actually think, even though I have an entire series that's called Sea of Glitches, I do think a Sea of Thieves runs pretty smoothly. However, this time there are some glitches introduced in season 1 that I do have a problem with. So let's go over them. First of all, the water glitch, where you can't see the water in your hull even though it's flooding. So you have to ask one of your teammates, hey, is there water in the hull? Do I need to bail because I can't see it? Really annoying glitch. The other one is the mask glitch, which is equally annoying. That's when your mask goes down and you can't put it up again. It's just glitched. It just keeps on falling. You can fix it, however, just to let it fall in its entirety. And then you can, try again and raise it later. That works, no problem. Which is, good enough for adventure. It's still annoying. It shouldn't be in the game. But for arena, it's terrible, because as soon as your mask gets hit, you want to get, to the line to raise it back up. If you're on a sloop, it's maybe different on Galleon. Obviously, it doesn't really matter that much. But on a sloop, you want to get your mask as quickly up as possible, and you can't do it. So, really annoying glitch. The other one is game crashing. That has now been solved, by the way. But what happened was, if you joined a session, your game could crash, and that sucks. I know what it costed it, by the way. Like, if you join somebody who has treasure on their ship, the game will crash for you. So the work around it was to sell the treasure, put it on an island, and then have the person load in. That would be fine, but it shouldn't be in the game in the first place.
Oh, that worked?
Then we have the health. Yeah, that worked. Yeah. Or if you spawned in while you were looking, as soon as you spawn in and you look at all the treasure, so it loads in at the same time, you're good too. Like, that's the other workaround around it. Still annoying. But that they fixed. Something they still need to fix is a regen glitch, is where you can't see your regeneration bar. Also really annoying. So, like I said, normally I'm pretty forgiving about most of the glitches, but man, these latest updates really added some that annoyed me a little bit. So, how do you feel about this?
The water thing, I've seen videos of that. That's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, that sucks. That should be fixed. The What was the last one you just said? Oh, the regen thing. That
Mhm.
should be that'll obviously be fixed. The mast thing. I have a feeling that's a combination of user error and not fully fleshing out the functionality of how the mast and braking actually works. I think there's probably no glitch. I think it's we as the end users don't know how the mast should function, and that's based on them obviously not telling us. Because I've seen some people say, "Oh, well, you have to let it fall all the way down," and then other times you didn't have to let it fall all the way down. I think there. I think it's a combination of things that functionality was never fully fleshed out, and us as the end users don't fully understand how it works, and what's making it. What are the flags? What are the triggers that set it to being like, you know what I mean? Like, because I think the masks are getting hit. I think the hitbox. I think what's happening is the hitbox is continually getting hit when the mask is being pulled up, and I think that's what's resetting certain things.
Oh, well, that does make sense.
And
yeah.
And I think that's what's causing the confusion on our end and thinking that it's bugged and it's glitched. But I think it's just a way that it was designed was probably not fully designed well, and then us not understanding the poor design that was implemented or that was pushed to production. That's what I think was happening there.
All right. Well, as a conclusion, fix it.
Yeah. I think everything else should get fixed, and one got fixed. The regen thing, that's 100% going to get fixed. They just have to. That's a visual thing that has to be high on their radar. The water thing has to be high on the radar. I think the mask thing is, I bet you there's something like, well, I mean, it's working fine, per our design, but people keep complaining about it. So I think they probably have to have a little sit down and figure out exactly on that issue.
Maybe they're still busy trying to fix it, Rash.
No,
can't do this. Let's fix this
done.
first.
They're done. No. There's no one working on that. They're done.
It's a fun job for the interns. Every time they have a new intern, try to fix it.
Yeah.
We'll give you an A if you do it.
Yeah.
So like I said before, I'm pretty forgiving, but these are a bit annoying. I'm sure they get fixed, but it's a bit, it leaves a nasty taste in the mouth. I'm not the biggest complainer about glitches, but a lot of people are, and this is certainly not helping.
Yeah, sure.
So we're almost done with our time. So let's wrap it up with a rumor. And this rumor comes from SGM Jammed, one longtime subscriber of mine. And I say this as a rumor because me and my research team couldn't find this. Anyways, the rumor is Rare is leaving Xbox One support in November. Whether this is true or not, it's probably not true, but I do want to discuss this. Do you think Rare is eventually stopping Xbox One support, and should they?
For Sea of Thieves?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if they can. I would no. I mean, off the top of my head, I would say no.
All right. Okay, let me give you my view on this. So at the moment, I'm playing on my Xbox One Sea of Thieves. Like, I'm getting frustrated about some sort of stuff. Like, graphically, I'm running a little bit behind on the people that are playing on Series X. Let's not get in the PC versus console discussion for now. Let's keep it on Xbox. Also, the load times are way better. Sea of Thieves is a game that I want to play for a very long time to come. So I'm probably going to buy Series X to experience Sea of Thieves better. Something that the developers have done now, because it wasn't running as smoothly anymore, is take away one ship per server. So the maximum number is 5 at a time and not 6, because it can't handle it anymore. And they're also not expanding the map with more islands, because, again, the servers can't handle that anymore. I'm sure if you're on PC, that won't be a problem. So if they would stop with their Xbox One support, they maybe can made the game even better than it already is. So that would be the benefit of stopping it and continuing on a new generation. Again, I'm not a developer. I don't know how these things work. But when I say it like this, it does make sense to me.
Yeah, it does make sense, because I think is what's hindering Sea of Thieves and all these problems, is that they have to support multiple platforms, and one of the platforms is old technology that you can't upgrade, So, but can they just say, oh, Xbox One players, go screw yourself?
I think they can eventually. I think, they can definitely do that, because the player base will get lessened in the past generation too. Like, I've played Battlefield 3 for a very long time. It took me a long while to switch from my 360 to my Xbox One, and what you see is that the player base for that multiplayer game has become really smaller, and you can easily identify the gamer tags. You can recognize people. So the majority is already playing Battlefield 4 on the Xbox One by then. That was totally the case. And the same goes for Sea of Thieves. If they can make it better and more alluring for people to switch to the next generation, they're eventually going to leave the older one. And then it's logical to say, all right, and then we stop eventually with the support for the Xbox One. I do think coming November is a bit too early. People need to, I think it's going to take a couple of years, but eventually I would not be opposed to it if they would do it.
Yeah, I guess eventually makes sense. Everything else, as you demonstrated, everything else is done the same. So I just see it. I like when I hear that, I see it like right now. I'm just like, well, I have an Xbox One.
you play on PC, right?
Yeah, well, I play on both.
All right, yeah, that's
for for recording and stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, well, I think it's prettier to record if you record on your Series X.
It would be. I mean, that's what like. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the quality of my old videos because they're all recorded from my Xbox. I'm like, oh, they look so much different.
Yeah, I know. That's the reason why as soon as they're available again, the Series X, I'm gonna buy one.
I think Best Buy had a thing. They were. Well,
oh sure, I'll just go to our Dutch Best Buy.
Well, you should. You should start one. Called Blubber's Buy.
You know, everything is closed here. You know that, right?
Best Blubber.
All right.
Oh, is this where all the whale blubber is? No, it's where we sell electronics.
All right. Thanks for that idea. I'll use it. I'll make lots of money and I'll buy all the ship cosmetics.
Heck yeah.
So normally, if we had time and we don't, we had planned to discuss our thoughts and ideas and our wishes for season 2. We're not going to do that. Maybe we'll do a podcast next month. I'm not entirely sure. But hey, if you want, you can put your input in the comments about your wishes for the next season, and maybe I'll use those comments in a future podcast. I don't know yet. Anyways, with that message gone, we also come to the end of this podcast. So if you like these discussions with other YouTubers, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. It really helps the podcast out. And join the Discord. Like I said before, the link will be in the description. So I would like to thank UNIBALL for joining. And can you tell our listeners where they can find you?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube. Just look up UNIBALL, or it's youtube.com/UNIBALL Gaming. Eventually, I think I might start streaming on Twitch. So you might be able to find me there. It's twitch.tv/UNIBALL_. And yeah.
All right. I saw you promoting your Twitch on your latest videos, so I'm excited for your streaming career.
We'll see what happens.
Either way, go to UNIBALL's channel, give him a subscribe. Don't subscribe, just watch his video and then subscribe, because there's no other choice. There is no other option after you watch the video. Really do it. I myself can obviously be found on this very channel you are listening to this podcast on. So hey, please subscribe to me as well if you don't want to miss any future podcasts. And like I said before, go watch UNIBALL's video. It's really is amazing. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening. You, the listener, are amazing. So stay safe, do something daring, and have a nice day. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. We didn't get to talk about season 2.
This is my trick all along, so people comment on my video.